Coming up on Trendz this month of love, we visit Cape Town to discover all the right spots that put the mother city on the world stage. And Greenpoint proves to be the right place to expose us to the rest of the city due to its central location. Joburg Theatre and Vuyane Dance Theatre presents Gregory Makomo's Xion. And still in the beautiful mother city, Puleng spends some time with sculpture artist Marco Olivier.
The scenery in Cape Town is what keeps bringing us back here time and time again. But that's not the only thing that got travelers in Cape Town all year round. The city has made it to 2022's best Instagrammable places in the world.
Okay, Bona, it's a given. When you are living in a city that is voted third place in the most Instagrammable place in the world, you have to look fit. So get those TikTok pants on, come to the promenade and get jogging. Hurry.
And so I met these cool people and decided to upgrade their Instagram accounts.
Lovely way to start the day, to get up early in the morning and come for a walk along the promenade and just take in the sights, the sounds, and yeah, just lucky and happy to be here.
And this is how we are doing the interview right now. Yeah. So are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
Let's go.
What's your name?
Steve.
Steve. Are you from Cape Town?
I am.
All right. Tell me, which side of this beautiful place are you from?
I'm from this side.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So you do this every day?
Yeah, I tried to.
Look at me, look, I am out jumping you. Out jumping you. Out jumping you. Joburg style. Okay, so Cape Town has been voted third place as the most Instagrammable place in the world. Oh, you don't know?
No.
Watch Trendz travel, come here. So how do you feel about that?
I feel proud. Yeah, it's a beautiful place.
The promenade is definitely a place for everyone. Those ones that want to keep fit, those that just want to walk and feel good, and cool people who want to try everything out.
My feet are killing me though. So we can talk about it while we are stretching. Yeah. Okay. So this one is called the Trendz routine of life. Okay. You're gonna put your hand like this first, and then you're gonna turn around like this. And then you must swing your hands, swing it, your wrist. For those pictures that you're gonna be taking, for the selfies.
Greenpoint, due to its central location, gives travelers quick access to the city's most attractive venues. So we found ourselves here at the rooftop of the Anew Hotel, sipping some mimosas and nibbling on a colorful fruit bowl.
This location is so unique in Cape Town, and the great part of it is sitting up here, we can actually see everything that we're talking about. Is we're close to the ocean, yet not right on the ocean. We have the beautiful urban park that's just across the road. We've got the stadium behind me. We're close enough to the CBD that someone who's staying here on a business stay is able to travel into the city, do their business, and then come back without being in the heart of the CBD, and make sure that we can still be comfortable and relax and enjoy everything that Cape Town has to offer, because it's such a wonderful, beautiful city. Our target market was a transient type of guests that are wanting to explore the city, short stays, using this as a base to explore the rest of Cape Town. I think that to a certain extent, this rooftop in particular, as well as certain features of our property, are exceptionally social media worthy, Instagrammable as they say. And in the development of the property, we had lots of collaborations with social media partners that came through, not only because we wanted to do a partnership, but because they saw the unique appeal of this property in order to create content of their own. And I think that we've managed to secure both the young market as well as the newer, more eclectic markets in the space.
It comes as no surprise that most events take place on this pool deck. This particular event is a party of one, perfect for those pool shots.
The owner, when he spoke to Robert Silk right from the beginning, said to him, I want a signature pool. I want something that people can see when they look up at the building, I have this pool. And the result was this beautiful feat of architecture of this pool that cantilevers out over the edge of the building. We've got 3 glass portholes that you can actually look down on the road below. And then of course what we refer to as the smile, which is this semicircular cutout that allows you to take in the view from this 8th floor pool deck.
#Summer Vacay requires that you look perfect all day long. So Instagram Stylist takes us through those fresh looks. In a city that's always buzzing with young people who are very certain about their look and make sure that they're always on point in terms of how they show up out there, you have to make sure that your styling is always on point. So I'm here with a stylist, Minnie, who will be taking us through quick looks when you want to make sure your gram is always on point.
So here we have this pink dress, and this is something that you could try if you're going to your Robben Island, your tourist related activities, because you need to be comfortable, you need to relax. You can wear this with sandals, obviously not heels. And also Cape Town is big on the nightlife, so this is something that you can wear to your clubs, and this is a body hugging dress that you can wear with heels and just be comfortable. And also, as you know, Cape Town is a wine city. When you're going to your wine farms, you need something floral, you need to be comfortable, you need to look beautiful. So you could wear this with a straw hat and sandals, but if you're a heels lady, you could also wear this with a heel and a straw hat. So if you're a sporty person and you like to start your mornings with jogging, these are the famous jogging pants, also known as TikTok pants. You could wear this with a bra and obviously sneakers and a cap. This is something that you could wear if you're exploring your boat cruise, you're going for your sunset drives. This is something that you can wear. It's very comfortable, very youthy.
And so I took a page out of her virtual styling book and looked the part at this wine farm. It's safe to say that content is king, and Cape Town will make sure that you never run short of that Insta-good type of content. Striking imagery and haunting sounds that will force you to confront Africa's darkest past. Xion, a fusion of dance, song and dialogue weaved into a story told through the eyes of director and choreographer Gregory Maqoma.
This production is, or this particular version is adapted from a smaller version, which is our touring version. The story in itself is Gregory taking influence from Zakes Mda's books, in fact, Ways of Dying, where he discovers Doloki, who is a professional mourner in South Africa's early democracy. And Doloki goes to these funerals, and he's just there to support the families and to also just garner that emotion that is actually required, in terms of death being a rite of passage. So he creates that moment for those families. And Doloki then goes to Xion, and there's a transition there where he uncovers the story of the runaway slaves in America. I think that Gregory, in that transition, is asking questions around the displaced spirits that were taken from Africa, those black bodies that were put onto those ships and taken to those cotton farms. They died there, and who is bringing them back? Who is actually thinking about those people? So I think that's where he is with this with Xion.
To tell the story using multiple theatrical tools, the cast had to embody the message, but first and most important was to understand the emotional burden that death presents in everyday life.
Being part of Xion has been a magical journey, if I'd say so, yeah. It's been magical and emotionally, physically demanding, because it encompasses every fiber, I'd say, that a human possesses. And it's I can say it makes me wonder how life can turn out to be,
Yeah.
if I'd say so. Yeah.
We've been living through a very, very tumultuous 2 years. And prior to that 2 years, we started seeing the genocide against women and children. So this production offers us that moment to actually just stop and reflect on our actions and reflect on what is happening around us, reflect on how we are disregarding death as a rite of passage. We're seeing people bringing their cooler boxes to funerals. So I think this piece is actually it's almost like the family meeting, where we're just like, are we really observing the passing of people's or passing of people correctly in the manner that we should be as black people? Because I think you might have seen that on that stage there's never a single person. As black people, we mourn in unison, we mourn together in song. So I think that after everything that we have been through, that we are still going through, if anybody wants to have that moment of relief, that moment of healing, the moment of acknowledging and facing what is happening inside of them, I think this is the production to come and watch.
A story so loaded with emotion, music had to be composed to perfection. Collaboration with Soweto Gospel Choir bore incredible results, a match made in theatrical heaven.
It's very cheeky what we've done in this production, because we've taken a very famous classical piece of music by Maurice Ravel, Bolero. It is actually the most played piece of music in the world. And we recreated it, and we infused the Statamia into it. It was very important for us to have a South African influence in the music. Nhlanhla Mahlangu did a stellar job in bringing that South African flair, but also he was very instrumental in carrying the story in terms of the lyrics. You know, you hear the very direct questions. Wena kufa uzalwa ngubani, ngubani banunyoko, you know. So we're trying to find, we're trying to get in there, and I think that music really it touches people, because these are questions that we don't necessarily ask ourselves in our normal day, but here we are faced with that question.
Theatre requires a suspension of disbelief, but in this particular production, the audiences are required to face reality and allow themselves to feel. One could perhaps call the experience an opportunity for South Africans to purge.
Cape Town, the best place for a beach vibe, cool people, and world-class art. Today I'm getting up close and personal with Marco Olivier. He's literally giving Cape Town the face. Big face, that is. Let's go. I've seen this on Instagram, but most importantly, I think South Africa has seen the big face. Is that what you're known for mostly as an artist?
As an artist, we find ourselves doing lots of different things. Obviously, you find sometimes a niche of something that makes that you resonate with, and I think faces and the human expression, and what we're currently going through, as COVID, it shows a lot in the faces. I wanted to depict something that's more peaceful, something that gives us a little bit more joy in our homes.
What inspired the face more than anything?
It's probably the fact that it's so close to home. It's who we are in so many different ways. That's why they present themselves in so many different ways. And it's not a mix of of all the people that it takes to make this country as beautiful as what it is. So you'll see a lot of the arts so diverse, and it's got all the different cultures that's mixing in and out of it, you know what I mean?
Your career spans over 10 years and you've always done meticulous work. What do you think sets you apart from everybody else that's done sculpting and as versatile as you are?
I think the fact that from a technical viewpoint, I studied aviation and got a diploma in aviation, and from there I've always been in the creative industry and in the designing industry. It's always been something that's pulled me towards that. And you know, the fact that when we do something like art, it makes people happy. So of course, if as we many times hear, when you love what you're doing, you're never really working. So much more rewarding if it earns you an income and at the same time makes a difference in people's lives. So I really honestly, I think that sets me apart from other artists is the fact that I really try and give every client 1000%.
Every single piece has a name. Well, there's the face, and then there is this man right here.
The surrender sculpture. It's obviously just something, if you look at where we are, you know, the scenes where it goes up at people's houses with valleys and mountains, it's just something that surrenders to God and to say thank you for what we have.
I mean, it feels like wood. Is this wood?
We cast in bronze, and we also make resin copies. In the case of a resin copy, it's something that gives a client, it can give them 100 years if well looked after. So effectively it gives a person the look of bronze, but a lot cheaper than what actual bronze. Because I think every nice home deserves, or it lends towards having a sculpture, but everybody can't afford bronze, and so a resin does as well. And if you look at it, it really sometimes will confuse you. Even I will get confused sometimes because of the way that they can finish them, it really looks like bronze.
And this particular one?
This is a brand new piece I've just completed. It's probably my man in the battles that man face. So it will mean a lot of different things to a lot of people. Every person that looks at it will resonate to it in a different way. And it's about the emotions that we go through. You know, sometimes we're happy and sometimes we're thinking a little bit more, and sometimes, you know, life throws you a curveball and you have to deal with it. So you go through all the highs and lows, I suppose.
One thing I've noticed though is that every single face has got some calmness to it, but when you sculpt a body, there is some kind of an expression with each position. Is that an intention behind the difference between these and the faces?
Look, being in the art industry, you get approached by people all the time, and they're asking you to do different things, and their version of what the story might be different to what, you know, the way I see it as an artist. And so it moves in different directions. You're not always sure, you know, how it goes.
Okay, so Marco, these I can tell they definitely don't look alike. Sometimes all these faces kind of give you a feeling that they all look the same. Tell us about the concept behind these specific faces right now.
Well, as you can see, we're at the Grand, and their main color theme, or one of their special color themes, is pink. Because a very special lady set up the Grand and obviously runs it as well. And it's been one of, let's call it one of her projects over many years that she's made very successful. So these were just put here for Sue, and you know what I mean, to make it very special for the Grand.
I just want us to try one last thing before we head out to your studio.
This is my, like, I'm gonna pull a face, and then this is the face. So do you have a face that you would like to give the face?
The face. The contrast between where the art is displayed and where it's actually made, it is a form of art on its own.
This is just a sample wall that when clients come and see us, they can see what all that we offer and how many different faces we make.
You're so meticulous and you're very specific. You pay so much attention to detail. I just noticed now that this guy's eyes are closed. I mean, are open, and you can actually see the pupils of the specific face. This is nice. Very, very nice.
Very much. Obviously, every client that comes will come with a different need, and we'll then customize it to the way that they want it. You know what I mean?
I believe this is where
partly the beginning phase of each artwork, this particular process right here.
Yeah, if you look at the face, it will start off by, obviously I'll make an armature, which we'll then either carve with a chainsaw and then carve further, and then we'll add artwork on it. But not all of them go in the same process. You know, it depends entirely which job we're working on. If you took a hand like this, it effectively will start by the fact we'll first have the original shape. We decide what the item is, and then we'll continue carving until we see what we like, you know what I mean? And it will obviously be the way that the clients either ask for it or we decided originally to do.
That is the biggest artwork I've ever seen. Tell me about this.
This is a big face. Bigger is not always better, but in this case we obviously wanted to do something different. So I've made a few big ones, and this specific one will be displayed at Top Model. It's going to be on the stage with the event, and it's going to be moonlight masquerades. It's going to have masks and all types of nice things, so that people can watch out for it. You know, obviously we'll see it, and then they'll know where it came from. You know.
Marco's work just adds finishing touches to the masterpiece that is Cape Town.
And that's how we end this week's show, guys. It's at Trendz on SABC, both Twitter and Instagram. #MaskUp, #StaySafe.